Well, good morning, folks, and welcome to Noel's Garden Tractors and Firewood. And today is dreary looking kind of a day and a little wet, and we're supposed to get rain all day. So we'll have a look at the weather forecast. Excuse me again. So it's 5 degrees out today. It doesn't really feel like 5 degrees, but it feels colder. And it's 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Southeast winds at 26 miles an hour. And that equals 42 kilometers an hour. So the rain from Spain falls mainly on Prince Edward Island. So 13 today they're saying, but like I say, rain all day. 16 tomorrow. Chance of showers and chance of showers. And Sunday is a chance of showers and chance of showers. Monday, 11 degrees and cloudy. 13 on Tuesday with a mix of sun and cloud. And look at that. Possible flurries. Rains, showers, or flurries still. Here it is, the 16th of April, and they're still saying flurries. So next week might be able to get to do some wood cutting if I can get a chainsaw to run. And that is a large if. Oh dear, anyway, I don't know. So what's on the plate for today? Well, today is, oh yes, I was going to mention, I started cutting up Fiona wood last year on the 13th of April. That's when I got started at the pile. So, there we go. Alright, so now what are we going to do today? Today I've got to go out for a while to my favorite spot, of course, and I got the fire going here. And we're getting down on wood. wood is going. Yep. I still never got my cabinet screwed up there. I'm going to have to do that soon before I get no wood left. Okay, so I'm hoping today is going to get the PTO on today. And get the muffler on. Get that muffler on there. Get the fan shroud on, or flywheel shroud on, that I've been kicking around the floor. Every time they seem to go anywhere, I was kicking it, so I kicked it in underneath there. I'll get that on. And I don't have a starter, so I'm going to have to steal the starter off of this engine. Just for test purposes. You just can't see it. No, you can see the edge of it. There's a starter in there anyway. Now, what I don't know if that starter is the same. You would think it would be, but being that it's a generator or a stationary engine, start position is in a different spot. It's down here, normally it's up here more. Shouldn't make any difference in, in the starter itself, but you just don't know, I guess, until you get into it. So that's about where I'm at. So I'll cut you off at that point, and I'll get back to you later if I get anything else done. While I'm gone, you might as well look at all them nice channels there. All right, fellas, I'm back from my little excursion out. And today, because it's Friday, I got a medium coffee today instead of a small one. I'm splurging today, boys. All right, I got a question about chainsaws. I just have to first say, I don't like chainsaws. I don't like working on chainsaws. Anyway, I did notice with these two and the other leaking beeping chainsaw that if you hold it up with the bar pointing towards the ceiling or on its side or whatever, it leaks gasoline. Now, in my mind, I would think that it shouldn't leak gasoline because the saw could be used in any position to cut wood, whether it be on sideways or up or down or whatever. So, if anybody knows anything about chainsaws, let me know for sure, because it just seems kind of odd to me that I got dripped on with gas. Oh boy, I don't know. Anyhow, onward we go here in a few minutes after I have some coffee and get my thoughts together as to what I am going to do first. So I'll be back to you after a little bit. All right, we're back at her here again, and we've got the PTO on. We've got the magnet on here, and then the PTO part. So when this energizes, it pulls this to that and makes that solid there. So when the engine's rotating, this rotates. And I torqued all those bolts. If I couldn't find the spec in the manual, I looked it up on my bolt torque chart thing. So just a reasonably, might not be perfect torque, but they're torqued to a point where I think that's where they could be at. So, and the muffler, well, the muffler is just, everything's half broken, missing and whatever. So that was welded on at one point for a brace, and that piece there broke out of the aluminum housing, so I had to mismatch up something in behind to hold it, and that was the way it was. That was done quite a while ago for a different engine. So anyway, these things kind of shake themselves a lot, so it's hard to keep anything tight on them. So what am I at now? I got the condenser on. I shined her all up so we'd get a ground, and I've got the points wire hooked up to it. And so what else did I do? Took a while to get this on. Well, and this in here, oh dear, sorry for the moving around, but anyway, This, when I put it on, I just kind of slapped it on and I realized it was just a little bit too close to the crankshaft in there. So I readjusted that and retorqued it. And then I had some trouble getting this onto the shaft. Not a big trouble, but it just took my time and looked at it and figured and wondered and thought, and now my head's sore. Anyway, I got it to go on the way I thought it should go on, so that's on and that's torqued, and I did those bolts yesterday, so I didn't torque them, I just went to where I thought it felt good, so I know I can find the torque value for those little bolts, because I did before one time when I was working on my other case that I used to split wood with. What else? I guess that's about all. So that's kind of the morning gone. It's now din time. I did put a few bolts away, and I put the extra key for that crankshaft. The extra key went into here. I don't, any of those little counterparts, I want to know where they're at. That's where I put them, in that drawer. What else did I do? I put the bolts back in for this cover. And I put the PTO shaft bolt in. Just so we know where the stuff is at, I guess, just to help us find stuff if we have to someday. So those, yeah, that's another thing I want to tell you. This bolt here goes right in the end of the crankshaft. This engine and this tractor, of course, one of them blew up. So I bought an engine somewhere. I forget, I got it up somewhere, yeah. And it was the right engine and everything, but the crankshaft, if you can see in there or not, but yeah, right down to there maybe, you can kind of see down there that has the same thing on it as that one I'm working on here. It's got the magnet and the pulley and that collar and the bolt and the washer that goes in the end of the crank. Well, when I went to put it all together, there was no hole in the end of the crank. And I thought, that's lovely. So anyway, somehow I drilled a hole in it. And somehow I drilled it straight. And then I tapped it and put it all together, and it's worked fine ever since. Anyhow, things that you run into that are different on these engines, you would think that they would all be the same. And of course the muffler didn't fit exactly as it did on the other engine up there. So there was some tweaking and bending and things like that to get that to fit. Anyway, it's in there. So hopefully this afternoon I'm going to go have some din, like I think I said, maybe. I'll get the flywheel cover on and maybe see if I can find the starter up there and get that on. And that's about as far as I'm going to get today, other than doing more thinking. I got to get a battery over here, and somehow I've got to rig up a gas tank somewhere. One that's higher than the carburetor. Anyway, so we're moving along, I guess so. And the other thing I got to do is clean up the toolbox that's all across the bench. Yeah, in order to get the gas tank and the battery, you only got to put the engine mounts on the bottom of that engine yet too, and figure out a way to secure it to the bench, because you don't want that thing running with no security to the bench. But anyway, all the tools kind of got to get so that I'm kind of getting to the point where I don't need all them tools now. I'm kind of getting done. Say by the end of the day I should be kind of done up. Now, I just want to say a little something about this thing here. Well, isn't that just the greatest tool I think I've ever, well, not ever had, but it is a great tool. I've been using it to take apart and put together on this engine and that engine up there. And I've used it a wee little bit before any of that, but I was kind of noticing that it was fully charged when I started, and it just this morning, I was back to charged again. And it was showing 2 bars there for a while. Anyway, the battery's still right up there, so that's quite a tool. I never had one of them before. That's a slick rig. I think I was using that over on the Massey Ferguson deck over there, on the same charge, I think. Anyway, and them hammer type drills or something like that. But anyway, my son got it for me for Christmas. That was a great thing, and then he got me this here too. So this is just a plain drill. That one got me the little socket sets for that other one. So. Yeah, nice little set. Like I say, never had that stuff before. That's great. So it doesn't seem to be raining out at the moment. There's one of them bolt torque charts that I use. And yeah, it's kind of dried up a bit. It was supposed to rain all day, so that's good. Anyhow, it's only 7 degrees yet. They're saying it's supposed to be 13, but it's hard to say whether it'll get there or not. So I'm going to take off my, I'm still using my studio light. So I'll take that off and charge it for the afternoon. All right, we'll get back to you after dinner. All right, we're kind of getting complete here on this Kohler K241. Made a lot of good progress here today. So my studio light's getting dim, so I guess I can't show you in great detail. So we've got the pulley on here, we've got the magnet for the clutch, the muffler's on, most or all of the tin work until we get it to the tractor. There's more that goes on the front here, I believe. This on, we've got the throttle linkage on, and we had the choke linkage on. We've got the mounting feet on, coil wire is on. And just more of the muffler stuff. Like I say, everything on this thing is broke. It's all 45, 50 years old, and been on and off by many people over the years, I would say. So vibration from them gets to them. Anyway, so all together, so we've got the oil dipstick on, we've got the coil hooked up, we've got the condenser on, we've cleaned the grounds for that to make sure we have the ground. And we routed the PTO wire through with the coil, or with the points wire. Coil is all hooked up, regulator is installed, other mounting foot is on. The only thing I don't have is the starter to put onto here. I do have another starter down at the other engine, on the stationary engine that I have, but I'm not really too interested in taking that off and putting it on here. If I had to, I would. I don't have to, I guess. I can wait until tomorrow when I'm over at my son's and get the starter that's supposed to be on here off of the tractor. So that's what I'm going to do, I guess. And what else? It's just covers on. This is on. So there we go. That's about all I can tell you for now. Now, I gotta clean up the bench. There's stuff everywhere. I'll zoom you out so you can see more junk. There, look at all that stuff. I did put a little bit away. Anyway, all this stuff's got to go. So now what I got to do is more thinking. I don't like thinking. I got to get a gas tank rigged up somehow above the carburetor, up somewhere, hanging in here somehow, or up on a milk crate or something. And I don't even know what I got for a gas container here. I might have to steal something from my son's place too. I don't know what we got. And then we got to rig up a battery and a little bit of wiring, and once I get the starter on, I get some fuel to it, see if it'll start, I guess. Don't forget to put oil in it, stupid. That's the main thing. Don't forget to do that. So, the other thing I gotta do is the alternator here. I gotta fix this wire here. I'll go up here and show you. If I can, yeah, there it is. This here, this is the keep forgetting to put the camera where I'm talking to, I guess. This wire is the stator coming out of this engine. So I got to cut this wire off here and take that connector. And this is the wire that goes to the tractor that goes to battery, through the switches and through the alternator, amp meter, and all that stuff. So that's got to be put onto here. Then that connector goes onto here, onto the regulator. So the two outside ones are the AC alternator, and the one in the center is the battery. And it's a 10 amp system. So that's got to be done yet. I might do that tomorrow. Or I might do it today. I'm getting kind of tired out, but anyway. So it's been quite a process. But anyway, it's together. And whether it'll run or not is the other question. Who knows? But there's that hole there that just check the timing by. Yeah, so my guess is that it'll be tested for operation within the next week. I'd say by next weekend we'll know whether or not it's going to run or not. It would be very nice if it did. And I can get that tractor back up and going. And there we go. Now, of course, I had something else on my mind. I'm not holding the camera in the right spot. I don't have it angled right, I guess. There. I'll get it fixed up at the end of the video. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but anyway, she's come a long way this week, so that's good. I just got to find places to put all this stuff. The battery, and I have a little charger down there that I'll probably hook to the battery, mainly just because of the cables to help hold wires on and things like that. And the battery, I should start recharging the batteries again, I guess. All the tractors and the batteries that are sitting out. See if I can find something here. There's a battery right there. That would do it. Because it's got nuts and bolts on there. That would be a good one probably. And there's another battery in there on the bottom there. I have no idea where I got that battery from, but it's like a normal car battery, and it's got a little handle on the top that you can pick it up and carry it and go with it. So. And I have no idea where it came from. And it's a good battery. Anyhow, there's that cab again. There you go, Dave. There's your weekend sight of the cab. Make sure you have a good look at that now. Oh dear, poor Dave. Alright, I guess this is rambling on time, so I better shut it off. So, more stuff here. Look. This stuff in there, that stuff. And that stuff. Some of that stuff I'll use it. That stuff over there, look. It's just stuff everywhere. There we go. So, hopefully it runs. Have a great weekend, and wherever you're at and whatever you're doing, and we'll be back to you.